Hey everyone, Judo from Republican News Network, where real Republicans bring you real news. Today, we're going to start a segment that Republicans love to hear, and it's story time with Judo. That's right, real Republicans giving you real stories. So, this story is about this person. If you don't know who this person is the older millennial. He has a check mark, been verified. This is account 58, I believe. And name is Joe Redden. And he is a prominent MAGA influencer. I wouldn't call he influences people, but he certainly is dishonest and he certainly takes their money, right? But in any case, maybe he does influence anybody. But he definitely puts out a lot of bad and misinformation to try to mislead people. I mean, we ain't gonna never forget the St. Louis Arch being moved to Brooklyn, right? That photograph and that ordeal. Oh, God. But my first experience was over a year ago. And when I came into TikTok and I was active duty, and of course I was trying to find military content. I was about to retire, so looking for veteran content, and being Republican, not really well known, right? Looking for like-minded political views, and I came across this guy in going through my FYP, and I was like, man, who is this lying POS? Like, oh God, boom, right, move right past him. Didn't care, didn't worry about it, right? And I've heard his name, and I've seen a few videos stitched, but it didn't really matter. Well, months and months later, Joe showed himself in a really, really big and for sure a wrong way. Joe got a hold of, illegally, an individual's, another veteran's DD-214, content creator named Jolly Ginger, and decided to show it, right? Out there, bam, sold over. Now, that sent Vet Talk in a spiraling out of control when he did that. Now, whatever beef you have with someone else is beef you need to have with them. But to get their DD-214 illegally, right, the only way he could have got it was falsifying document to National Archives. How he got that information, I don't know. But he tried to spin it as if some other creator had it, which it was not true. He didn't have no receipt to support that, and it was never found. Well, however him and Jolly handled that is between those two. But the veteran community, Vet Talk, was not so kind, right? When he did his video, he pointed at a decoration that had a very special device. His finger was literally on it. And it drew questions. This guy claiming the extraordinary military service that he had claimed, and he didn't know what that decoration meant, was mind-boggling. And, well, that's where the downfall of the older millennial began. The veteran community, which is one of the most resourceful communities you can ever be a part of. Extraordinarily helpful, resources, but if you do one of us wrong, the pain that comes from that is unbelievable. Joe's life was peeled back like an onion. It was the most extraordinary thing I have ever seen. Found his military record, found out that he had a warrant for his arrest, and of course he has one right now. Divorce decree, financial records, bank records, credit scores, creditors. The guy was peeled back like an onion. Let's just safe to say that it did not give old Joe a good light. I think ultimately, once all that information came out, the girlfriend left him. So he took a hit for that one. And the most important part was the military record part. Now, there was no doubt Joe served United States Army. We verified his rank, was a staff sergeant. He claimed he was a sergeant first class. We found out his awards and decorations, his public records that he tried to show to people. He didn't have those decorations awarded to him. And a lot of other discrepancies were cleared up. Joe was exaggerating his military service, claiming positions, claiming assignments that he did not have, right? And then his reply to that was, "Oh my God, people got my DD-214." No, no one got his DD-214. It was never shown, right? That tells you how much Joe just doesn't understand things, right? It was done legally through the Freedom of Information Act, and those records were obtained, and it was shown, right? Once it was shown that he was crashing out hard, he tried to say, well, the reason why there's discrepancies is S1 didn't do their job. Wrong answer. All right. Unfortunately, veterans that have retired have actually come out and said, no, that was on you, Joe. No. This is what we're going to go by, right? Well, once that was done, the fallout of Joe began. He had a 1.1 million follower account, maybe 1.2, gone, just like that. He fell back to a 250,000 count, and to continue to spread his dishonesty and his misinformation, gone. He went down to 100,000 account, gone. Ultimately, he ended up creating like the Stormtrooper account, the Darth Maul account, the Vader account, this account, this millennial, that millennial. He ended up until he got to this count. And what ultimately ended up happening was he was shunned out of Vet Talk. He lost 57 accounts. He lost a girlfriend. He was embarrassed. He was humiliated. He was disgraced veteran. Joe took a lot of hits, a lot of crushing hits. So in the effort of understanding 22 a day, and if you don't understand, there's plenty of subjects on 22 a day, the veteran community as a whole didn't want to push Joe to a point. We saw the crashing out. We were seeing the meltdown. We saw the punishment he had taken. And it was like, look, we're going to back off. You stay in your little hole, your little world, your little space. Don't come into this community and don't mention anybody, right? That was kind of like, hey, do your thing. So that's what happened. Creation of Count 58. He has begun to build this up. Bought followers, again, I'm sure people are following him, supporters, got it, right, whatever, right? And he has been creating accounts, and his life has moved forward, and that talk ain't never seen him around. Mill Talk hasn't seen him around, and he stayed in his little space. But I wish, to the other point, that active warrant that he had, he addressed it. He turned himself in. He was booked. He was charged. He was arrested, and was released on $1,000 bond. Again, on one of the old accounts or whatever, he tried to say, no, he wasn't arrested, but unfortunately there was a photo there. Yes, it was clear that he was arrested. All right, there was no doubt about it, right? So, I wish it would have been like, hey, maybe Joe learned the lesson, but unfortunately, in part 2, we learned that, he didn't learn any lessons. So follow for more. Follow for part 2, guys. Thank you, and see you soon. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube and Blue Sky, and get ready for part 2.